Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I know what you're saying. You welcoming us back, we're welcoming you back. I know I've been incognito for a while, but I got something on the bench to review, so hopefully it leads to some more videos. Here sits the Onsra Black Carve version 3 belt drive with the 115 rubber tires, the street version. So let's get into them. Let's do an unboxing and see what we get. All right, so here's the first look at it. I haven't even seen this thing. This isn't movie magic, I promise. I haven't even opened it. Yeah, that looks strikingly similar to the version 2. All right, I won't bore you with unboxing this. I'll put everything on the table. Let's see what we get. So if you bought one of these, I will warn you, underneath the inserts, you got to pull the inserts out. There's your skate tool, and there's the remote. So don't forget about those. All right, so here it is in all of its glory, all out of the box. I'll tell you right now, it doesn't come with the front wheels on it. You're going to have to put those on it. Let's go over everything, and then I'll go over the difference that I see. So you get the remote. You get smaller pulley with a set of belts for those. You get extra belts for the pulley that are on it. Then you get the instruction manual, charging cord for the controller. You get Allen wrenches, some extra screws, your T-tool, and your wall charger. So that's what you get in the box. Now, if you've followed along with me anywhere in that journey, you know that I have Black Carve version 1, version 2, and now version 3. So just going over some of the differences real quick, I'll point out these motors are obviously bigger. They're designed a little bit different. They have some heat sinks, some ribs on it, so pretty cool. I'm guessing from my previous Onsras that these are either 40 or 45T, and then these are going to be the smaller ones, kind of running smaller belts. So Onsra does give you the option if you want the top speed and sacrifice the acceleration and the braking, you have that. Or you can keep these, which will give you lower speed but faster acceleration and harder braking. Now I do say that I kind of wish instead of giving me an extra set of Kegel pulleys, they would have included ABEC pulley instead, and if I want different sizes, then I have to buy them. But giving all the belts and an extra set of pulleys is a nice touch. But if you're listening, Onsra, maybe include the ABEC pulley. Okay. I know what I'm going to do first thing with that board. I'm going to throw cloud wheels on it. All right, so I'm flipping through the instruction, and what I like to do when I get a board with instruction, I kind of just gloss over it and read a couple sentences here and there, just to make sure that it's in proper English, not broken English or stuff that you can't understand. And I got to this page. I'm looking at the remote. It's a colored owner manual. It's thick, nice pages. It's good quality. But I'm reading this. Check this out. I don't know if anybody knows this. You probably know this, but I didn't. So this says, once paired, you are able to simply power on your board directly with your remote controller. After 5 minutes of inactivity, the board will power off automatically. If you don't use the board for 2 days, you will need to power on the board again by pressing the button on the board to reactivate the automatic power on feature. That is amazing. Everybody's been asking for like push to start on the boards and stuff. But according to that, I'm going to have to test it out. This new remote that Onsra has, which is hit or miss. Yeah, I don't know if I like it or not. I'll have to do some writing. But with this new remote, if the board automatically shuts off after 5 minutes, all you have to do is hit the power button on the remote and it'll turn the board back on. Now, if you leave it sit for 2 days, then you're going to have to push the button underneath. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. I don't care about that. But this is an awesome feature. Good job, Onsra. So now I'm going to get the wheel thrown on it, get it all together, and then take a look at the board completely cleared off, flip it over, look at the bottom with the wheels on it. Here we go. All right, while putting this together, I noticed a difference from the Black Carve version 1 and 2 that I want to go over real quick before I put it together. So if you've been riding or know anything about the boards, you know that you have 2-speed washer, whatever you want to call these. So you have a washer, wheel, washer on top, then the nut. In doing that, I noticed I have a bunch of spare washer that I keep in my riding bag, and I noticed the washer are a lot bigger, which in turn means that the diameter of the threaded part of the truck is actually a lot bigger. And looking at the trucks, they're way different than the version 1 and version 2. All right, so let's take a look from it. The stands are really wide on the trucks. Top are engraved with Onsra. We have the traditional Onsra look, the black board with the laser etching, whatever you want to call it, Onsra, and then you can see the wood deck underneath it. And then the honeycomb grip tape, which always looks cool. In the back, we have plastic covers. These are routed pretty nice with quick disconnects for the motor right here underneath it. And then your standard belt drive stuff. Now let's flip it over. Okay, looking at the bottom, Onsra kept the carbon fiber battery cover. They do have a big thick rubber gasket in between here and a whole bunch of screws in the front. So if you've seen my video, I had a problem with the version 1. But they have a whole bunch of screws in the front, still only 3 in the back. But that's what the bottom looks like. Now, if you're looking closely, look at the trucks. Those are not double kingpin trucks. Yeah, my biggest plus about the Onsra always how it handled. So this is going to be interesting and testing to see if this is going to handle and carve like the version 1 and version 2. Here's the connectors. So you can see they're tied up out of the way. This is the fit and finish on this. So the fit and finish on the version 3, the best of all of them so far, which it should be their third version. All right, that's enough about that. You've seen the board. Let's get the version 2 up here and kind of compare. All right, so now we're going to start comparing this and the Black Carve version 2 belt drive. So as you can see, there's a big difference in the motor on this. The cans are shorter, those are taller, and I can't tell from the outside diameter. They look about the same, but this is definitely smooth, and this has the heatsink ribs on it. Taking a step back, not the camera, this board, the trucks are definitely wider. They're a whole wheel's width wider. So they're both sitting, yeah, they're definitely wider. And the trucks, this is the double kingpin off of the version 2 with the riptide bushing. This is the version 3. The deck and battery cover look identical. I don't know if they are or not, but they look identical. And here's the extra bolts that they ended up putting in this. The charging port and the power button are in the same location. So I'm guessing the same battery cover on this. It looks like the rear plates, or the geometry, the distance, the belts, all that are about the same in the version 2. So I think the 300s, what comes stock, because this is running 45T pulleys on it. And then the ones that they give you that are going to be smaller are the 40Ts. Now, I run the 40Ts on the street wheel only because I can't get 45s that work well. Watch my previous videos. I've had problems with the 45s from Onsra with the bearings. But so I run the 40T, and the belts that I have on here are 285s. The extra set that they sent with the 40T pulleys are, if I can find one, are 285. So those are going to be about the same. At least your belts, if you had extra belts with your other boards, they should work. And that about wraps up the unboxing and first look. If you have a question, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to be making videos about this board. So if I'm getting multiple questions of the same question, then I'll definitely hit on that in one of my videos. So stay tuned for that. Again, thanks for all the love. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and just thanks for going with me through this journey of reviewing electric longboards.